Hi, it's been a long time. I didn't posted any videos on my Academy YouTube channel. So, that is why I would like to start something new, and it is a new sequence of video. This video is all about, it is like the sequence is about how to create a boom in fitness industry. First thing, is it the fitness industry is really booming? If it is booming, why the gym membership price is not growing high? Why the revenue of a personal trainer or a general fitness trainer is not growing up? There need to be some kind of a reasons behind it. We need to identify those reasons, and we need to identify the problems, and we need to find solutions. So, the entire video sequence is going to be in two things. One is what are the problems in that, and what kind of a solutions we need to provide as a part of fitness industry, how we can solve these problems and resolve on to create a real boom in the fitness industry. If you say an industry, it has a three major component. One is an employer, other thing is an employee, other thing is a client. So, there is all three parts together form an industry. Because fitness industry is an early born industry, it is so much unorganized. So, we have lots of issues in the employer side, employee side, and the client side. There is no set rules for this, because everybody is new to this. It's like maybe it's a early born industry. Maybe in India you can say it starts in early 2000s. It's just 15-20 years old, and there is no proper government regulatory body, or nobody is there to guide us and support how to run the business. There is no previous model exists to run this business. So, that is why it has become very unorganized. Because it is unorganized, there is no value for your service. So, what way it is connected to the unorganized sector, when people know the value for each and every service. For example, if somebody is going for a movie, they know the difference between an IMAX and a regular theater, and this movie they need to see that with this kind of effect. All these things for an ordinary entertainment feature, people were able to classify the value for the service, and when they go into that particular environment, they behave entirely different. From a conventional theater to an IMAX or a 3D theater, everything, the food and beverage cost is increased. People are able to see the value, they are able to willing to pay that value for that service. But if you look at the fitness industry, there is no big difference. Maybe whatever the interiors you have, whatever the quality of fitness equipments you have, people were not willing to pay for the value for that. And the end of the day, they remains in one standard number called 9999. Maybe it is 699 or 799 or 899. When I came into the fitness industry on 2003, I find it's like that time itself the membership rate is 16,000. So, we sold the first fitness club membership for 16,000. Now, it has been dropped to 9999. It's I can say it's an average number. I not say there are some facilities charges 15,000 or 18,000, but still they have a fear. Maybe if somebody is willing to bargain to a gym owner, definitely they will be reducing the price to 12,000 or 15,000. So, there is no classification. People doesn't understand the value for the service. If you take a personal training sector, if somebody is willing to take a personal training, they are not able to identify the difference between why we need to pay 5,000 for this trainer and why we need to pay 20 or 30,000 for another trainer. At the end of the day, they say he is into the industry for a quite long period of time. We are the people are not bothered about what is his educational qualification, what way he is certified. They don't have any clue about that. It's like if that particular trainer is been training with some kind of a celebrities or sporting team, definitely the people are willing to pay more for him. So, that is not an actual value. They need to look on a particular trainer or an facility. See, if you go into a gym, you can look at what kind of a quality of fitness equipment they use it. So, people doesn't know what's the difference between a live treadmill or a Precor treadmill or a true treadmill or a typical Chinese make. So, they think end of the day it's a running machine. So, there is no value for the service. There is a second program because it is unorganized. There is no classification, there is no regulatory body to classify the value for the service. The next biggest I can say is a problem. This has its own advantage and disadvantage. This is the one of the industry which has a longest human relationship in service industry. This kind of a human relation, you can't find it in any other industry. It's not maybe an auditor or a doctor or a lawyer. If you look at any of them, it's like we will be meeting him or them in maybe every month once, or maximum 15 days once, or a quarter once, or 6 months once. But if you take a gym membership, even though you are not being regular to the gym, probably that particular person will be visiting minimum 60 to 70 days or maybe 90 days on the entire year. So, if a person is able to see you continuously on your facility for a longer duration of period of time, he is able to identify your both plus and your minus. So, they can easily judge your facility, judge the trainer, judge the manager, all those things is happening. At the same time, the trainer might be get bored of training the same type of client, and all those things happens. So, that human relationship need to be maintained in a particular pattern to improve it for a longer period of time. The next thing is there is no quick hack for growth. So, there is no cross route. Maybe if you look at in all the three areas, if you look at from the client side, is a client able to do any kind of a quick hack to lose his 10 or 20, 15 kg of fat or from his body? No, that is not possible. If you want to lose 10 kg, that is 10,000 grams of fat, he need to burn 90,000 calories. So, that he need to combine some 500 calories from the workout and 500 calories from your diet, and if he is regular to that for 90 days, he will be losing 10 kgs. So, that is the way. There is no other cross way. If he tries some kind of a crash diet, he might be losing the weight, end of the day the weight will be bounced back. If you look at the employee and employer side, it is also the same. Employee, for example, a personal trainer, it takes a quite long time for him to learn the skills, and he need to exactly replicate the skills. He should have the ability to expose his skills, and he need to communicate with the client. So, that is the thing. So, to push the skill and knowledge to the ability level, it takes some time. Maybe I approximately think it is like 12 to 24 months of a time it takes for a trainer to grow or to start his growth, to look on his growth on the fitness industry. The next thing is, final thing is, if it is an employer, maybe if you calculate any kind of ROI for fitness industry, it should be comparatively lesser than rest of the industry in a competitive field. Maybe sometimes it will be very good, but in general the ROI is slow and steady. If the employer is able to maintain a proper human relationship with the client through the employee, this is the success. So, how long it takes? It's not a revenue. It's like if somebody, see, there is a misconception in the employer side. He thinks if 100 people sign up for a membership, all 100 are not going to come into the gym. So, that is a very wrong side. It is like they need to bring 60 to 70 people to use the facility to max, because retentionship is very important thing. See, at the end of the year, maybe end of you can say end of 1 year, he should have minimum 40% retentionship of his previous memberships. So, that helps him to grow. If he does not understand this value and he simply thinks of getting new membership, he will be fell into the trap of competition, and he need to reduce his price, and the growth, it takes a quite long time. Otherwise, you need to run a facility for a short period of time, move out of that. It is like maybe you can do some kind of quick hacks like instant weight loss program, maybe he can prescribe a supplements or steroids or crash diet, whatever it is. That is not going to work him for a long run. So, if you want to grow in the industry, it takes a quite long time, minimum 24 to 36 months, either for an employer or employee side. If the client want to look on the results, he or she. Next thing is the misconception in all the three sectors. As if I told you before, the employer has a misconception, he need more membership revenue. So, he does not bother about whether the client is coming back to him or not. Maybe the moment he pays the membership, he collects the membership. If you look at the client side, they were looking on a crossroad. They want to shred the weight or gain the muscle in a short period of time. That is, because of that, they fall into the trap of snake oil sellers. One very important thing is the fitness industry is been constantly growing. Every year it is showing 20% growth. Who is taking this money out of this industry? If it is growing for 20%, your gym membership should be increased, your personal training revenues should be increased, all these things should happen, but unfortunately it is not happening. Very few intelligent people are making money out of it, or most of the money is getting into the instant tummy reduction snake oil sellers hand. So, that is the problem here. If you look at the employee side, maybe he thinks he thinks if he learn a skill, or if he become a competitor or a bodybuilder, he thinks he can grow in the fitness industry. No, he need to understand various things, human psychology. He need to get certified, he need to constantly update his knowledge. There is no limits for in this particular area, you need to constantly update your knowledge. So, these are the basic thing that is preventing, these are the basic problems that is preventing the growth for the fitness industry, and that is why it is like I would like to explain in my next video in detail about how to provide solutions for employer, employee on the client side. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please share this.